everybody, Planting 81 here, and today is April 8th, 2012. And we're checking out my bell pepper plant, and this one is from last year. So I trimmed it back, and check it out, it's coming back, it's growing along. And then here we have my marigold. It's going to be having a bloom here shortly. That's great. And then over here we have my strawberries. They're doing okay. I've been harvesting a few strawberries here and there, so that's awesome. And here we have my strawberries with my California poppies that are just blooming along. See right here, they've been blooming for the last couple of weeks, which is just absolutely awesome. Now here in my little garden, everything's been planted out. Now most of my seedlings that I had did not make it into my garden, and that's because they croaked. But I'll show you some of the things that did make it. Here, for example, we have my little avocado tree. Check it out, it's looking good. I just transplanted today to this little bigger pot. And here we have another pepper. This one I did not grow from seed. This one I bought. It was just kind of leftover, so I went ahead and transplanted it to a bigger pot. The borage, it's doing okay. I mean, I don't water it so often, so I guess it's doing good for not being watered. Here we have my first bed. In this first bed, I went ahead and planted the sugar baby watermelons, one over there and one right here. And then I have some kale right there in the center. And then of course my little green onions right there. Here down the side I have my radishes that I seeded a while back. They're not doing so hot, but hopefully they'll do something. And here we have my larger watermelons, one on each side right there. And then of course the carrots that have been there forever and a day. And then the beets. Here we have some more radish. These radish have also been here for a while, and they just look the way they look, and that's it. Here we have some cantaloupe that I've seeded a couple weeks ago, so they're doing good. And here's another avocado that hasn't sprouted all the way, but it is cracking, so maybe it'll sprout, who knows. Over here we have one of the pepper plants that I actually started from seed, and check it out, it doesn't look so hot. So that's why a lot of the stuff didn't make it into my garden. Either just died off completely, or it just doesn't look so hot. Over here we have the cucumbers. Now those cucumbers right back there are the ones that I bought last week. They're the Japanese cucumber. And today I actually seeded some additional cucumbers, some like straight 8 and the lemon cucumbers and whatnot. Here in the center I seeded today some okra, and on the sides I seeded the yellow and green squash. So we'll see how those do. Today I actually added those drippers, the bigger drippers that kind of spray out, because my beds have been drying out too much. Right over here we have my blackberry plant. I would say bush, but there's not much of a bush there, so. But it does have one little blackberry forming there. It's got a bloom, which is awesome news, and then a little bud. Right down here, let's see if I can get it, there's a little shoot coming up, which is great news. And over here we have my pansies, which are finally blooming. This seems like they took forever to bloom. And over here we have some more that are getting ready to bloom. They're all nice and pretty. The mint, well, look at it. It just doesn't do anything. So hopefully it'll do better. Right over here we have my tomato bed. In my tomato bed, these 3 back here are stuff that I started from seed, and then the rest I ended up buying. So the ones over there are, what is it called? Romas. One's a determinate, one's an indeterminate. So we'll see how they do. Over here we have the husky cherry that I bought. So that's cool. And then right here I sowed a tomatillo right there. And then here we have some Jetstar that I bought. So here we have the tomatillo that I started from seed back in like January. And then these two that I also started. I don't know what they are though, so. Right over here are the rest of the plants that I have left that I started myself. Obviously we have 2 peppers. I'm not sure what kind of pepper they are. Hopefully the edible kind. And then this tomato plant that just looks so sad and pathetic, but it's actually looking better than what it did, so we'll see how that does. Over here we have my stevia. Check it out, it's doing pretty good. It's looking all nice and bushy and whatnot. Over here we have another borage and then a pansy. And then some more pansies that are blooming along. They are like looking all nice and happy. Here we have the cilantro that went to flower. Hopefully it'll seed itself and make it all look nice and pretty. And okay, so in my pepper bed, all these peppers I ended up buying last week. And we have jalapeno, serrano, 2 bells right there, and then those 2 rows in the center are bell peppers, and then the last row over there is the sweet banana. The garlic that was around, as you can see, it's not doing so hot, and that's because the edges of my bed really dry out. Now, the rest of the beds all look kind of dry, but that's because I actually went ahead and threw down some worm castings and peat moss and rock dust mixture, so that stuff on top looks kind of dry, you know, like around the plants and whatnot, but my drippers will take care of that here shortly. Well, oh yes, then I have California poppies that came up all around my garden here, which are looking nice and great. The sunflowers also came up, but this is the only ones that I have left because my dogs like them too and they eat them all up. So, well, that's about it. Till next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.